Hi, everyone, and happy Sunday. I hope you all had a wonderful last week in placement. I know it was probably very busy for everybody. So I would like to do a quick review of what you need to do for your key assessment part B. I've gotten quite a few questions over the past several days, so I want to make sure that everybody knows exactly what they need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen and bring you over to Key Assessment Part B. So under your Key Assessment module in D2L, if you go down to Part B, Part 2, you will see the assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the assignment because this shows you everything you need. So you need 4 pieces. Don't really worry about that last Part 5, the reference page. I'm not overly concerned about. You have these other 4 pieces you need to do. You have your intervention planning sheet. Then you have to do the planner checklist and the learning disabilities accommodations checklist, and then 3 to 4 paragraphs explaining the reasons behind the choices that you have made. Okay, so let me go here and show you the intervention planning checklist first. So I'm going to open this up in another document for you. Give me 1 second, my computer's going slow. So when you're doing the intervention planning sheet, this is based off of your key assessment part A or part 1. In your part 1, you chose an intervention to implement with your student. That is what we're going to have here. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to go try this again. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, so the student that it actually tells you here what to write. So this is what to write. Okay, I'm going to show you an example in a second as well. So the student name, the interventionist, that's you, the date it was written, whatever day you're writing it. And then the intervention start and end dates, you're really making that up. It should be 6 to 8 weeks because as we have learned in MTSS and in RTI, whatever you're using in your school, our intervention is going to be about 6 to 8 weeks. Your present level of performance, you can take this directly from your key assessment part 1. What you're writing here is how is the student doing in this specific area you're looking at. So are you looking at reading? You're going to state how the student is doing, how they scored on their evaluation in reading. Okay. The academic goal, you're going to create a SMART goal for your student. Now, a lot of you have already created SMART goals in your case study. So if I told you that your goal was okay in your case study, go ahead and use it here. That's fine. The intervention. So you're writing a brief description, a paragraph, tops, not a lot, about what intervention you're going to implement. And you chose this already in part 1. So if you chose that you're doing reading and you're going to implement PALS, you're going to put information about that. If you chose writing, if you chose math and you decided to do touch math, you're going to put information about it right here. So just a brief description of the intervention. Again, some of this can be taken from part 1. Just make sure you describe the intervention that's going to take place. Materials, you're just going to write down the materials that are needed. And again, this is going to come from part 1 in your graphic organizer you created it for part 1. So if you need workbooks, if you need construction paper, if you need flashcards, what do you need in order to implement this intervention? Then is there training needed? Again, comes directly from part 1. What training is needed? If no training is needed, that's fine too. Keep in mind, some of you use strategies like tutoring. You said that tutoring would be appropriate. Well, in this training, you're going to need to train the tutors. So keep that in mind. And then progress monitoring. What type of data are you going to use to monitor the student's progress? Are you going to use a curriculum-based assessment? Are you going to use something that comes with the program? So what data are you going to use to monitor their progress? And then their baseline is where are they starting? Okay, what are they starting from? And the outcome goal is really going to be one of your benchmarks or your short-term goal. So this, remember, this is only 6 to 8 weeks. You're not going to get the entire thing done in 6 to 8 weeks. You're not going to reach that final academic goal. It's going to be a short-term goal. Okay, and then how often are you going to collect data? You can put some other ideas for intervention progress monitoring over here. So if the program comes with something scripted, you might also be thinking about doing running records, or you might be thinking of doing daily math warm-ups if you're doing math. So it can be anything else. Okay, so that's all you need here. Let me show you. Under key assessment part 2, I do have one that's already filled out, so I can show you what that looks like. So here's the example. Sorry, I have to download it. This new orbit, no, I don't understand. So here's a math computation example. Student's name, interventionist, when was it written, blah, blah, blah. The academic level of performance, what can they currently do? What are the challenges the student has? They didn't write a goal here, they probably should have. And then you have, she's going to use math computation time drills. Okay, that's the intervention. There's a brief description of it. Okay, so materials, they have to use a math worksheet generator on interventioncentral.org to get to it, and it's going to create time drills. And then training, they have to meet with the student at least once before the intervention. Then they're going to use curriculum-based measurement, math computation assessments, and 2-minute single drills. Okay, the baseline is they can do 12 correct digits per 2-minute probe. You want them to get to 24. Remember, this is only going to be 6 weeks, so short term. And then they're going to look at it weekly. Some other ideas for intervention progress monitoring: existing data, a mastery log, a rubric, curriculum-based measurement. Okay, so those are some ideas. So again, this is going based off of key assessment part 1. Okay, now the other parts that you need to do with key assessment part 2, you need to do your intervention planner checklist. You have to have 3 interventions. These are other interventions. So these are other things you can do. So when I go to the website, I am looking, I'm going to keep with math instruction. Okay, so we're going to do peer guided pause. I'm going to choose, there's not that much here. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to do some computation strategies. We're going to do counting up, and we're going to do multiplication counting by. Okay, that's all I have to do. And then what I want to do is, we're just going to do it by checkboxes. That's fine. If you download the RTF from Microsoft Word, watch what happens. So it opens it here. It's going to download it to my computer. If I open this using Microsoft Office, I'm going to say open with, I want it to open with Microsoft Word. Watch what happens. So I did that with a right click, and then I said open with. Here it is. Okay, this will be make it really easy for you to go ahead and put it into your paper. So I'm just going to put a couple of notes here. This is short and sweet. So I want to use peer guided pause, appropriate, because student also needs to work on social skills. Done. That's it. Counting up, student currently struggles with multiple digit addition. Using counting up will help with this. Okay, done. Okay, so just a couple of sentences. It doesn't need to be a lot. Again, you're picking 3 academic intervention strategies for the student. Okay, again, these are all research-based, which is really nice too. So after we've done that, I'm going to go back. So then I just copy and paste it into my paper. Then I go to the accommodations checklist. Okay, so I know we need to look a little bit at instructions. So I want to chunk classwork. I want to provide a copy of the notes. intersperse high and low interest, match work to peak energy periods, and then I want to allow them extra time. Okay, once again, I'm going to go down here, download RTF for Microsoft Word, and then I open it. I'm going to show it in Finder. I'm going to go here, open with Microsoft Word. Okay, and here we go. So chunking classwork, appropriate because student struggles with large tasks. We know this because we already know what the student has. If you make it up, that's fine too. High interest, low interest. Want to appeal to student interests so that student stays actively engaged. Okay, done. That's it. Just a couple sentences, tops. So that's all you need to do for this. Again, because I did it in Microsoft Word, it'll be easy to copy and paste into my paper. So when I go back, the last part of this is then you're going to put it all together. Okay, and that's your 3 to 4 paragraphs explaining the reasons why you chose the interventions and the accommodations. So why did you do, and again, this might be some copy paste from your key assessment part 1, but why did you choose the intervention you did for the planning sheet? Why did you choose the goal you chose? The intervention planner checklist, why did you choose these interventions? Again, you're just going to repeat them. You're going to probably repeat some of what you put on that checklist, but I just want you to be thinking about this in, full out sentences instead of just brief little blurbs. And that's it. Okay, that's all you have to do. I will put into D2L another example for you so that you can see it. If you have questions over the next couple of days, you can have until next week to do this. The reason why it was originally due this week was because I didn't want you to have anything to do with a break. But hopefully this video will help you. If you have questions, just email me. But please make sure you've watched the video and you've looked at the examples before you send off emails, because a lot of times, sometimes I'm just repeating myself, which is no problem because I don't mind. If you have questions, I'll be around the next few days. If you need to Zoom with me or anything like that, just let me know. Please, everybody, have a nice Thanksgiving. Please try and enjoy yourselves. Take time for yourselves. You need this. That's why I don't have a lot to do this week. That's why I gave you 2 weeks to do everything. Okay. Have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye, everyone.